Okay, I'm giving you a little update on Root Beer's progress. I don't want to show you me working the horse because I'm not a professional horse trainer, and that would be left better off to a professional horse trainer than me. But we've been using a rope, and I've been throwing a rope on top of him, around him. He's taking it a lot better. The only thing I'm trying to show you with this video is I'm trying to show you things that you do not want to do with a wild horse, just specifically a wild horse. I've made a couple of errors. One error that I made was, if you look at the T-posts that I put on the ring, they're close together in the corners, and that's enough to get a hoof caught in there. And he did slip the other day, and I need to move those T-posts over about a foot so that they have about a 16-inch opening. I think there's one right there. I moved it, and I'm in the process of moving them now. That's why I have the ladder there, and I'm moving them over to give it a bigger opening, so if he does slip and he gets his leg in there, he can get it out. That was a big mistake. I mean, I didn't catch it, and that's definitely something you want to avoid, are small openings where they can get their hooves in there, because they move pretty fast. When they're scared, they move pretty fast, and they can slip. And he did slip the other day, but I had moved the post in that area, and he was able to get out, and he was pretty smart about getting out. He froze perfectly still, and then slid his feet out very carefully, and then wiggled around on the ground a little bit to get himself up. So he did a good job. He's eating his alfalfa now. He's just had his workout. He did a real good job today. He's coming up to me. He's following me around the ring. He's turned. He just doesn't know what to do yet. And he's still afraid of touch. He's still afraid of touch, but he's slowly giving that up. And I can't tell you. I mean, some of them you can touch when they're in the pens before adoption, and some of them you can't get close to. And he's just one of them that is sensitive about touch, but he's not sensitive about other things. I've had the car up here honking the horn, turn the lights on and off, making all kinds of noise. As you can see, I have that ladder there, and I've been pounding those steaks in while he's been eating. Once he makes up his mind that it's not going to hurt him, he is okay with it. And another thing that is worth noting, I've noticed the horse eating dirt. And he eats a lot of dirt, but he doesn't. I don't think he eats it. He has his head down to the ground, takes a big bite of sandy soil, and then all of a sudden powder starts dripping out of his mouth. And I think he's floating his own teeth. I think he uses the grit that's in that dirt in order to float his own teeth to keep his teeth stable, which I asked the BLM yesterday when I went to an auction, and he hadn't heard of it. And I don't know. I don't know, but they don't have vets out there floating their teeth out in the wild, so they must figure out a way to do it. I do know that they will self-medicate. If they have a wound on their leg, they will find a rock or a formation or mud or dirt, and they will make their own paste with their tongue, and then they will lick the antibiotic mineral that they can find in the wild, and they'll smear that on their own wounds. So you got a horse that doctors himself and takes care of his teeth. That's a pretty good deal. I can't think of anything else. I told you about the water. He didn't want to drink out of the tub, only wanted to drink out of the square container. He's over to the tub now. I moved him over, but it just took me a couple 3 days to move him over to that tub and get him so he could eat on that. We're having trouble with flies, but he does accept fly spray. I can get around him close enough. I can get within about 4 or 5 inches of him, and I can give him fly spray. He knows what fly spray is, and he likes it. He'll even go down to this fly spray bottle and look at it. He's got a fan. Well, I don't know if I said it in the other video, but we came out here and he was laying in his sawdust pile, which is right here. He was laying upside down with all four legs sticking up in the air with the fan blowing on his belly. So we pretty much knew from that point on he was okay with it. I mean, he was okay with his new setting. He likes the dogs. He enjoys the dog's company. We have another little puppy, and he enjoys the puppy's company. He's really making the transformation. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.